guys, long time no see. My name is Naachi and welcome to a new YouTube video. I bought 2 new sketchbooks and today I want to start drawing in them. I honestly need to admit I kind of have a hard time starting new sketchbooks because I'm really anxious about how what I draw will be perceived by other people, which is kind of stupid because I feel like a sketchbook should be very personal and should be there to improve your art, but still for some reason I can't shake off the feeling of being pressured into doing good. Maybe it's because all of these people who are showing their sketchbook tours on YouTube are fucking amazing and I can't keep up. But who knows what the real reason is. So to get rid of this ridiculous fear, I decided that we are gonna tackle this sketchbook together and start drawing this first page together. Even though I'm a little bit nervous about it, I thought of some good tips to maybe help you guys as well if you have trouble starting a new sketchbook the same way as I have. Let's get right into it. First things first, we're gonna talk about this beautiful sketchbook that I bought. It's an Artway in Vero that I got from Amazon. It has a hardcover, 92 pages and 170 gram per square meter for the pages, which is, by the way, double the amount that normal copy paper has. Just so you know how thick it is. I make sure to also link the sketchbook in the description below. So, first things first, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw a thumbnail. And you will probably be like, I mean, why is she drawing a thumbnail for something that she's gonna draw in a sketchbook? But because it's the first page we are drawing in, and for some reason I always get really anxious and nervous about the first page in a new sketchbook, I like to draw a thumbnail. Normally, for those of you who don't know, you draw thumbnails out just so you can see what kind of composition you want to have in an artwork, what you want to draw, so you don't damage the actual paper you want to work on. So you just draw it out in like a small little thumbnail first to see if you like it or not. So that's basically what I did, and then I started drawing into the sketchbook after I knew that I like the thumbnail. This would probably be my first tip as well, because I think especially if you have a hard time like me making 100% sure that you want to draw a certain thing or not, like you are maybe a little bit uncertain what you want to draw, I think drawing a thumbnail is not a bad idea. Even if you draw in a sketchbook, like you don't have to feel bad about needing to do this first. Even though people always say sketchbooks are just fun and you should just draw into them whatever you want. Sometimes it doesn't work. And as I said, especially for the first page, it doesn't work for me. It makes me really nervous, and I think this helps a lot. So, second little tip I have is draw something that you're familiar with, at least for the first page. I feel sketchbooks are there to improve and try new things. I think you should also try to draw things that you normally wouldn't draw and that you don't like, just so you can familiarize yourself with them and also get better drawing them. But I think for the first page of your sketchbook, you should stick to something that you know, so it's easier for you to draw. I want to make sure that I at least have one page in my sketchbook that looks nice, and I like it to be the first one mostly, so I'm motivated to keep going in the sketchbook. So if you open it, it's like, oh, there's a nice artwork, and then afterwards it can be messy and terrible. That's okay. But like I have this very high standard of like the first page needs to be good. And I know other people do that too. Draw something that you're familiar with, draw something that you like, because it's probably easier and there is less of a chance of you making mistakes. And you probably like it more as well. So in my case, as you can see, I drew a fluffy, very curvy lady because I like drawing girls with curves. Trying to say it in a way so I don't get demonetized, but I like the honks and I like the bonks. Okay, and we are trying to give her some long hair because I like drawing long hair. She's a demon, but she's also an angel because I like drawing wings. I don't know. It's a whole mess. It's all over the place, but I've tried to just put a lot of things that I like together into one drawing, and it worked. I didn't really think about it. I just did it, and that was a good idea. So yeah, you can see me doing the outlines right now, which I try to be very loose while doing the outlines, which is normally something I don't do. I have a very, very hard time relaxing. I try to do every line as precisely as I possibly can. This is actually a really good exercise for me to loosen up a little bit with my hands, and I think it worked out okay. We see at the end. So my next tip is don't overthink it, and that goes into, as I just talked about, my line art, for example. Don't overthink it. Don't try to make everything look perfect. It's not gonna happen anyway. It's a sketchbook. As I said, for the first page I try to be a little bit more precise, I try to be a little bit more detailed, and I try to draw something that looks good, but because it's a sketchbook, I don't want to overdo it. I took for this artwork, for example, just so you guys have a somewhat understanding how long this took me to draw. It took me, I think, 3 or 4 hours to draw. So you can see that I'm still very slow. Other people are super fast. They can do stuff like this in an hour. I can't. This took me 3-4 hours, I think, to be done. But normally for an artwork like this, let's just say I tried to make this a little bit more clean than it is now, and I tried to make the outlines, for example, better and the coloring better. I would easily take double as long. I think 8 to 10 hours is my normal time for like artworks that are traditionally drawn. So this is a lot faster for me. This is an amazing exercise for me to get stuff done quicker, and you will see throughout the sketchbook later that I also draw artworks even faster than that, and don't take an hour or 4 hours or 5 hours for it. I also just take 10-15 minutes for artworks as well. It's just I wanted to make sure that the first page looks good. So my advice is don't overthink it, just go for it, do what you like, and try to not be too hung up on making things perfect. Another tip I have is allow mistakes to happen. And even for the first page where I say like I want it to look good, I have a really big mistake. It happened. I can't be hung up on it because it's a sketchbook. I can't rip this page out. It's just there now. It is what it is. So as you maybe or maybe not can see, her hand looks a little bit wonky. I didn't really sketch it out properly, and I just went over it while doing my outlines without really thinking about what it looks like, and this is why it looks a little bit terrible. It's a mistake. I was a little bit upset about when it happened, but honestly, after the whole artwork was done, I didn't even notice as much anymore. And to be honest, I think if I wouldn't have mentioned it, only the fewest of you would actually have looked at it. I guess that's what I assume. Mistakes happen, let them happen. It's a sketchbook. It's okay. Even on the first page, it can happen. Just to talk a little bit about the artwork one more time, I started coloring, and I know I said like don't overdo it, don't overthink things. I overdid it and overthought things, just so we can get into me still making mistakes. I think I used way too much color on the artwork because I liked it in the stage where it was just pink and white. And I think I should have stopped there. I think it's a nice contrast, it looks nice, but I have a thing where I want to always put a little bit more color on the artwork. If you have followed me for a while, you know a lot of my artworks are really, really, really colorful. It's because I don't know when to stop. So maybe the sketchbook can help me to figure out when to stop. But I didn't with this artwork either. So she got a skin color. She also got a hair color, and the wings got a color, and also the background and everything. So it's fully colored, which is kind of sad because, as I said, I like the black and white look with just like a single color. I think that looked really good, but I overdid it. I still think it looks okay. I still like it. It's just, it was better in black and white, I guess. I mean, let me know what you guys think. Maybe you like it better in color. So this is basically it, at least for my tips. I hope some of them help you. I know it's very basic tips, but like maybe it helps you to relax a little bit and don't think that you have to be as awesome as maybe some of the other artists you see online. Like, I mean, as I said, I get very nervous when I see those amazing sketchbooks of people who are also used to drawing in sketchbooks. Like, I don't draw in sketchbooks often, but you know, these people on YouTube who have like, this is my 5th sketchbook this year. And I'm like, oh, that's a lot. I don't do that. And these people are really, really good at what they're doing. And it's very inspiring and very motivating to watch them, but it can also kind of scare you a little bit away from it because I have a hard time to be as good as them. So I hope this maybe helped you to see that I make mistakes and you are allowed to make mistakes, and it's just a sketchbook in the end of the day. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope I see you guys for my next video, which is hopefully coming soon. I don't know. We see. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and also ring that bell notification. Yes, I heard I need to say that, so people actually do that. That would be awesome. Thank you guys, and check me out on my other social medias. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I see you next time. Bye bye.